G'day guys, Aaron from Shooting Stuff Australia here, and today we have a very interesting and sad topic. Well, very sad for Australia, especially on the world stage, because it makes us yet again just look pathetic, absolutely pathetic. Well, thank God it's not happening in my state of Queensland, but it is happening to the poor people down in New South Wales, which is just over the border from where I live. So this week, the Police Minister, Troy Grant, is going to be putting in place a ban for zombie knives. There's no legislation against zombie knives or what a zombie knife is, no real definition. He is just going on about it is a green knife splattered with fake red paint to look like blood. And it is glamorising violence throughout the state, which he doesn't elaborate on any of that, so we don't really know what he is talking about. It just sounds pretty stupid, as you would agree. He has said that on the 1st of March, these knives are going to be banned and you'll be facing 14 years imprisonment for owning them or selling them in New South Wales. Once again, where's the legislation on what a zombie knife is? Is it just going to be a blanket sort of open interpretation by the police to abuse their power and just nab anyone for even like what has happened in London not long ago? A man got caught with 2 butter knives on him. Okay, there is a bit in the article that says examples included killer machetes, which are sold from $12.99, throwing axes, brute zombie slayer, fixed blade knife. Well, that doesn't tell us what sort of knives are going to be banned, what they look like, any length, or any real description on them. Others advertised as being specifically designed to break glass. Well, I'm pretty sure most things in day-to-day life can break glass. Are you going to ban those as well? Is this going to be banned? This will break glass. This red brick, it's not green, so it can't be a zombie brick. So is this going to be banned as well? Because it can break glass. It's just getting a bit out of control and pretty pathetic, if you ask me. He goes on to say that zombie knives are multiple bladed weapons that are used in horror movies, painted green with bits of red and the letter Z on it, which makes them a lot more dangerous. It is obvious he is trying to follow the UK laws, which in 2016 also banned zombie knives, which obviously has not worked because their murder rate is one of the highest in the world and most murders are done with knives. So obviously it was a complete and utter fail on their part. So he's obviously looking at the very left-wing European countries and just trying to copy them to score some brownie points with the very weak-minded people in the inner cities who can't obviously think for themselves. He says these knives will cause great harm if used in a crime. Well, once again, criminals won't follow your laws. If you ban a knife, they'll find a knife, they'll get a piece of steel, grind an edge on it. It's not brain surgery. They'll use a brick, they use their fists, they'll use anything to cause harm to people. He also goes on about that if they are used as props, I guess like cosplay or movie props or anything, they can cause significant harm in an accident. Once again, he's trying to control your life, saying that you're too dumb to use a knife, you're going to have an accident. So what is going to happen? What's next? Go to the kitchen. Let's ban kitchen knives. We'll give you plastic knife and forks because you could cause harm to yourself while trying to cut a tomato. Here's the one that I use. I take this camping and hunting with me all the time, just for cutting my food up at the end of the day. This isn't a zombie knife. It can cause a lot of harm though. I can definitely cut myself open, and I have nicked myself with this out in the bush. But you buy this at any store. Kmart, I think I got this at Kmart for a couple of bucks. This can cause harm accidentally to myself, like most things around my house can. But I have a brain and I know not to use these in a stupid way. You are going to have to apply for a permit, and no doubt they will all be denied. you're going to have a very good reason why you're going to want to use them. And I don't think because you have a hobby of collecting knives is good enough. They are going to be on the prohibited weapons list, which include throwing stars, tasers, flick knives, knuckle dusters, and a large assortment of other day-to-day items that any criminal in Australia can get their hands on no matter what, because obviously they don't give a shit about a little list. Let's look at a few of these knives. Here is my zombie knife. This is the sort of thing they are talking about. I bought this off eBay for about $10 about 5 years ago. It's not painted green, but it was advertised as a zombie knife. This has never hurt anyone and never will hurt anyone. I'm not that sort of person. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Use this all the time on my property, when I go out camping, for cutting small bits of wood, for hacking down small bushes and trees, weeds around my yard. This is fantastic for that. It really does the job. This is what I use it for. This has been through the wars a little bit, a bit rusty, because it's well used. Put an edge on it, it holds the edge for a couple of camping trips. They're not well-made blades, they're not made for heavy work, but the purpose what I use it for hacking things down around my property, it works really well. This is the sort of thing they're trying to ban. So they're going to go and raid Bunnings gardening section because they sell machetes, hatchets, all sorts of knives along these lines. They're our biggest retail hardware store in the country. So you're going to go arrest every manager, everybody who works there for selling these. Where are you going to draw the line? That's something I'd like to know. So, out of my kitchen, I have my meat cleaver. I use this all the time when I'm cooking. So does, this looks big and scary. It can obviously be, all of these can be used in a crime, but it comes down to the individual. Most people in Australia are good people. This is my very first hunting knife I ever owned. I've used this for years. It comes with me every time I go out camping and hunting. It's a fantastic little knife. It's very robust, stainless steel. This has a sharp edge on it and it holds the edge very well. Does this going to count as a zombie knife? Because it looks scary and you've seen knives like this in the movies, along the lines of Rambo. What's going to be next? Hunting knives? I've got my little camouflage buck pocket knife. This goes with me everywhere. Fantastic little knife. But it's green camouflage. So is that dangerous? Is that going to be classed as a zombie knife? I use this on a daily basis for my job and around the house. Here's another knife I own. Just a small little 1911 handle style pocket knife. Fantastic knife, good weight. I use this quite a bit around my shed for cutting open boxes and just general use. Once again, is this going to be classed as scary because it's got a handgun grip on it and it can break glass? Are you going to ban these as well? Which is absolutely pathetic if you're going to. So of course you got an entire range of kitchen knives. You go to any kitchen, commercial kitchen, restaurant, takeaways, they all have very sharp and well-edged bladed knives. Probably better than 99% of things that you can buy in the shops. What are they going to do? Put a restriction on those? Do chefs are going to have to get a permit? This is the sort of line that I think they're going to start trying to go down to. Something a lot of people don't realise. I read an article on this. John Howard, the man who did the knee-jerk reaction and banned semi-automatics and all sorts of guns, different lengths and styles of guns in Australia in 1996, and absolutely destroyed a viable taxable income for Australia and ruined a lot of sports and made us a laughing stock of the world. Well, this Muppet also tried to ban knives, kitchen knives. He wanted only chefs. He tried to recruit some top chefs of the time, saying that no one in their kitchen needs a chef knife, something like they use, because you do not need that at home. Well, cooking's a big hobby. You got all those reality TV shows, even children's TV shows, like I think there's a Master Chef for kids, and they all use these very sharp professional knives. he actually tried to ban those back then, but it fell through because basically he was just laughed out of town with that one. So what do I think of this? I think it is pathetic, absolutely pathetic. It shows absolute disdain by the government for its citizens, for the people who pay their wages, who vote for them. It's just spitting on the little people, saying, let's ban these, ban, ban, ban. This is a very large mentality by the government in this country. I don't like it, let's ban it. Stuff what the citizens think. Who cares about their hobbies, their profession? Who cares what they like? But let's ban them. All these bans have no effects. It's been proven all around the world. If you ban something, people want it more. You look at the UK, they have a humongous gun ban over there, and their gun crime is out of control. I just don't understand why the government can't look at these facts and take a step back, take a deep breath and realise banning things don't work. And banning everything and restricting good people's rights aren't the way to do it. So I get a lot of questions from overseas people about, especially about our gun bans, and when I tell them, they're dumbfounded at the stupidity. Every week it just gets dumber and dumber. New South Wales is a living meme. Every week, hold my beer, look at this. The knife ban, of course, because they're painted green. These plastic toys made for children, these are children's toys. For God's sake, they shoot little jelly balls. Little kids play with these up in Queensland and not have a problem in their backyards. Banned in most states, New South Wales as well. These are cheap plastic toys that don't look like real guns, they don't function like real guns. Anyone with half a brain looking at this can tell this is just a cheap Chinese knockoff toy. They hardly even hurt when you shoot someone with them. They're trying to ban them all around the country. Most states are banned. New South Wales is just going down the gurgler with PC. It's just something, it's just unbelievable. And I talk to people all the time through the show and they just are laughing at us. They just can't believe it. They think we are a bunch of soft-cock idiots allowing all this to happen, and the government doing this to us, showing us no form of respect at all, just ban, ban, ban. We don't care who it affects. We don't care if we get things taken off you. I don't use it, so why should you, sort of mentality. It would be nice if they did have a specific guideline saying, yes, these are yes and these are no, what you can have, because you don't want people just having a machete they use out in the garden and being arrested for it, even though they've done nothing wrong. All right, so what else are they going to ban? I have these Hornady 45 ACP zombie rounds. Are they going to ban these? Because they have a little green rubber tip on them and they're advertised as zombie rounds. My 308 and my 223 hunting rounds. I also use the Hornady Z-Maxes. These are advertised as zombie rounds. Are they going to ban these? Because these all have green tips. I can tell you now, these here will do the same amount of damage as these Winchester Rangers do out of my 45 ACP. They're going to ban these because these are called zombies and the packaging is green because it's scary. This isn't glamorising violence. This is just projectiles you buy for your hunting rounds. Are these 223s any different? This is the same projectiles. This is a VMAX, this is a Z-Max. Same projectiles, same weight, same bullet, different colours. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to ban these because these are green, but these are okay because these are red. These aren't zombies, so these are fine. These are all good. So stay safe, guys, and have a great week.